Well, hello there and good afternoon. Thank you for joining me. I'm Frost PDP, and this afternoon we are talking about the channel, and more specifically the lack of channel, or at least the lack of content. First of all, I want to apologize. I simply didn't have enough of a buffer saved up on the Castile campaign to keep putting out daily videos. Um, I know I indicated that I was not doing so hot by the third one, just physically, and I'm doing better now. But yesterday I had a lot of running around to do, and I didn't get much of a lunch break today, and it just became one of those cases where I couldn't even get a video pre-recorded. But does that mean that nothing's coming? Not at all. It actually means that I just got a little vacation in. Unexpected, but a vacation. I am really interested in trying out Europa Universalis 4's latest patch. It looks like it makes the game more my style of game. But I don't have it yet because I'm broke, and that's just the way life is. You know, can't buy what you don't have. Hopefully, get my paycheck on Friday. Maybe we'll see. Um, Crusader Kings. Obviously, I want to keep working on this Castile campaign because it's interesting to play as a much more vulnerable power than Byzantine Empire at its height. What else is going on? I've been playing a lot of Smite. I actually find that I like it. I like the 5v5s. I like the 3v3s. I don't like the assault. The random god selection, just it can be brutal, especially when there's only one lane, and if you get stuck with, I mean, like, APOC was telling me in that assault video I put up how just because they got APOC, they got the god Apuk, that it was really bad because he's got an AoE that covers the entire lane, so we just can't even get to them without enduring a whole beating. That's sort of a problem. Kind of a balance shifting thing. I like the idea of random gods, I just don't like the idea of random gods in one lane. Especially when you can get like a 10-second AoE that just blocks any sort of advance, at least from a newbie's perspective. Crusader Kings 2 will be fun. I'm looking forward to trying EU4. I just gotta get it together a little more. I do have thoughts on the upcoming CK2 patch, but I'd like to coalesce them a little more and put out a separate video. Horse Lords has some interesting mechanics. They seem stolen from EU4, and it looks like it will be a patch worth having. I know they sort of mini-patched for EU4's release. I haven't played since then, obviously, so I don't know if anything's going to change. I doubt it. I mean, like, I hope that I can someday go back to my Historical Immersion Project campaign, but I have a feeling that by the time new patches come out, the game will be rendered incompatible. And it's not like I haven't done a Reunite the Roman Empire before. I've just done it in vanilla, so I feel like I'm not losing anything. Otherwise, you know, channel growth is really the thing. You know, there's not many subscribers, which I understand because I'm a new content producer and I don't necessarily have the following yet. It's just going to take time. And I just put this up when I play games. Like, oh, Diamante hits me up. Hey, do you want to play with APOC? Sure I do. Hit the record button, and we're good to go. If I'm going to play CK2, I'm going to record it, and I'm just going to talk as I go. And, like, that's the beauty of this. I'm not doing heavily edited stuff. I love Kerbal Space Program, but I just don't see that as something I would put up. And I'm not very good at it, so, like, what am I going to do? Let's see if we can get to orbit. Like, for me, that's not so much of an accomplishment, but it's not that easy for me. Like, going to the moon is beyond my limits, so it's like, oh, can Frost get to the moon? Meanwhile, you're watching other people like Scott Manley and Abyssal Lurker just build giant space stations, or Bob Fitch especially is really good at that. Like, if Bob Fitch is modifying the hard code of the game to build new ships and like a whole new storyline, what am I really going to contribute to the community? That's kind of the way I look at it. But that's okay. Otherwise, you know, I'm just going to keep playing games. That's what I'm here for, and hopefully you will join me and give me feedback. You know, if you want to see something new, if you want to see me play something, let me know. I mean, what's the worst that I'll say? No. What's the worst that'll happen? I won't answer it. Like, I'd love to try something new, but until then, I'm just going to play video games, because that's what I'm here for. So, until then, you know, join me when I put up a video in, like, hopefully 20 or so minutes. You know, I have work to do, but I'm going to put up a CK2 video now, and I do want to explore, I guess this is something like This is the old doorknob question that doctors face. If you've ever seen that House episode where Chase accidentally kills a patient, it's the doorknob question. As you're reaching for the doorknob, the patient says, "By the way, my penis is blue." Like, hold on here. Maybe this should have started the conversation. I have looked at Twitch. I have looked into Twitch. I wouldn't mind doing like a stream now and again. I don't really know how Twitch works. I don't know all the mechanics, but like I've seen how other people do it, and they put webcams up. I don't think that's my style, but I've also seen people put, overlay graphics where if they get a subscriber for money, which I'm not sure I understand quite at this point. I don't know if that's my thing either, but at the same time, like I can read The Economist, and The Economist this week had a huge article about ad revenue declines, and that's how YouTubers make money. And YouTubers, YouTube viewers are often tech savvy, and tech savvy people install ad blockers. So now even mobile phones are being ad blocked. And that's a whole other topic that I could really talk about, but in the meantime, it's just something I'd like to try someday, but I'm not sure when, and it would just be like a random pop-up, "Hi, I'm streaming Smite now, enjoy." Like, I've seen people stream Smite, it's interesting. But this video has gone on long enough for this audio podcast thingy. So until another time, thank you for joining me, and as always, La Paz.